Today we're painting a custom controller and we're going to take inspiration from some brand new shoes that are about to come out. Before we get started on the project, I want to showcase a few projects that I've worked on with custom controllers that we haven't had a chance to create videos for, so I want to showcase them on this particular video. And the first project are these custom painted cases that we ended up doing in a collaboration with Kustom Kontrollerz. They did some awesome controllers to honor Jam Master Jay, and they did a collab for day one. And Adidas, they did some custom shoes that were really cool, and they sent everything out as a pack, and they came out really cool. The next project is this custom painted controller, all white with some awesome stripes, and kind of we're trying to match the jersey for Nala, and it came out really nice, very clean. The next project is this custom pink painted controller, and we went the extra mile on this particular one. We ended up putting little crystals inside before we ended up clearing, so together with the paint itself. And of course Johnny ended up putting some awesome lights on there, and just looked extremely cool once it was lit up. So that was kind of cool as well. So we don't have full videos for these particular projects, but these are just cool projects that were in the works, and we just wanted to show you guys what we've been working on off camera. Let's go ahead and get started on this particular project. This is going to be custom painted Devin Booker style controller, and it's going to be kind of inspired by the shoes that he's putting out, and they have this gator look to them, and they're kind of orange and looks kind of cool. First thing we're going to do is clean and sand the entire controller and apply a layer of auto-borne sealer, and then we're going to go ahead and start laying down our colors. In this case, the whole controller was already white, but I tend to add an additional layer of white. This way I can ensure that the white is kind of consistent throughout the entire controller. We went and sanded the entire thing with 220 grit sandpaper, and then came back with a Scotch-Brite green pad, and to try to smooth as much as we could. That seems to be the perfect combination to be able to get that the paint to stick onto the controller, onto the plastic. I've tried different grades of sandpaper. If you go too high of a grade, the surface is not deep enough, and then if you're doing a lot of layers and taping and stuff like that, you'll have a hard time trying to get that paint to stick. So 220 grit paper, probably a little bit higher, would probably work into the 300s, but I wouldn't go beyond that when laying down the first coat of auto-borne sealer. I'm gonna lay down a base of orange, and I'm gonna try to give it a various shade of orange, not only all solid. I'm trying to give it different shades, and I'm also gonna try to texturize the controller as well. This is gonna allow us to give us more texture on the scales for that we're gonna be doing later on. So I want to make sure it looks somewhat uniform, but not quite. So I want to make sure I texturize the whole thing. I'm using an old toothbrush and using a variety of different shades of orange to try to texturize the entire controller. I'm the prize man with vision, taking planes out to a villa. In the stew is filled with bitches. They all throw ass when I'm winning, and they hold me when I'm neutral. Takes a different understanding. Know that love is only present. The back is going to be fairly simple. It's going to be all grayed out, and we're going to go ahead and put a couple layers of gray down before we clear. She got the best type of pum pum. You only see me when I'm in it too. When we connect like Bluetooth, vitamin D, Shia, Sluffer, Sunny, A, what's the big three? Tell me, she know I'm naughty, she like Shibari. Plan B smoothly, we go for hibachi. She made me broken, she made me toxic. I like things when they come with two commas. Gemini rising, I hear all the drama. Capricorn in me, attracting more dollars. Because there is a lot of texture, a lot of thick paint on here, I'm gonna go ahead and allow this to dry for a couple of hours, and then I'm gonna come back and lay down a layer of auto-borne sealer, 1 or 2 layers, before we start masking the next color. Doing custom painting is kind of like problem solving. You have to figure out the way the production is gonna go, and what makes sense to you and the easiest way to do it. In this case, it was easier for me to kind of lay down the entire orange and then coming back in the second layer and doing the outline. And I'm gonna pretty much just cover what I want to keep orange, and I'm gonna be putting the scales down by hand, one by one. It is gonna take a little bit of time, but I found out that that's gonna be the easiest way to manage the shape of the scales, and also being able to work around the actual shape of the controller. Because if I do one single stencil in like one go, it's going to be very difficult for me to be able to, you know, get that curvature and have the stencil apply properly. So I figure if I do it in small pieces, it'll be easier for me to apply. It will take a little bit of time, but that's the way it goes. Alright, and we have these stencils already down, so now I'm going to be laying down a kind of darker shade of orange or reddish orange, and that's going to create the illusion of, I guess, like the bottom of the scales. This way we have a good contrast, and let's go ahead and start painting that. Let's go ahead and remove the stenciling. Everything is dry, and all we gotta do is remove all the little scales. It will take a little bit of time, but I think it'll give us a nice result. Even though the scales came out really nice, I want to put more detail into it to make it, I guess, more three-dimensional, make it pop a little bit. So we're going to be putting some highlights and shadows on each of those scales, and then we're going to come back and add one layer of kind of like metallic gold, if you will. This way we have another layer that looks more interesting. There will be some small graphics on the front and the side and the back, but those are very minimal, very small. So what I'm going to do is actually use just vinyl stenciling decal material to create those graphics, and then I'm just going to clear the entire thing as much as possible to bury everything into the clear itself. I usually don't show the clearing process because it's a very minimal time when I'm actually clearing. It takes more time for it to dry. There's a lot of stuff happening in between, which is the sanding and, you know, recoating and stuff like that. I think that's kind of boring, but I will make another video explaining some of the technical aspects about the sanding, the prepping, and the clearing of these custom controllers. So we'll be doing a video in regards to all of that information. So take a look at the final results. Let me know what you think. It came out really nice, and once put together, it looked really cool. And that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Let me know what you guys think of the controller down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Instagram and Twitter and here on YouTube. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys on the next one. Take it easy for now. Bye bye.